This man made a choice that no one could have imagined. When he was given the chance to be reincarnated, the goddess told him he could take one item with him. Faced with countless powerful weapons and abilities, he chose none of them. Instead, he cleverly decided to take the goddess herself. Before Aqua could even react, another goddess suddenly appeared in the sky. Because Kazuma's wish was approved, Aqua's duties would now be taken over by the new goddess.
You're coming with me and there's nothing you can do about it. I'll tap your power to live the good life, and I'll tap it all day, every day!
Please don't make me go with a creep like him! Please!
However, the reason for Kazuma's death was unbelievably ridiculous. While trying to save a girl, he was knocked over by a tractor moving slower than walking speed. The impact scared him so badly that he instantly passed out. In reality, the tractor would have stopped in front of the girl anyway, but Kazuma mistakenly believed he had been crushed, panicked, lost control of himself, and fainted on the spot. After being taken to the hospital, he couldn't endure the laughter of the doctors and nurses, and died suddenly from the shock. When Kazuma learned how embarrassingly he had died, he completely broke down and refused to accept it. Even the goddess admitted it was the first time she had seen such a hilarious cause of death. She also told him that after learning the truth, even his family couldn't help but laugh. Goddess Aqua then gave Kazuma two choices. One was to go to heaven and live a boring life. The other was to be reincarnated into another world and defeat the Demon King. Without hesitation, Kazuma chose to be reborn in the other world. Aqua then summoned dozens of cards and told him to freely choose a weapon or special ability. But seeing that every option was powerful and impressive, Kazuma fell into deep hesitation. His indecision made the goddess increasingly impatient, and she began urging him to hurry up. Unable to tolerate her mockery any longer, Kazuma pointed directly at Aqua and declared that he would take her as the item to bring to the other world. His request was accepted, leaving Aqua no choice but to accompany him. However, the moment they arrived in the new world, Kazuma quickly realized that, aside from her cute appearance, Aqua was completely useless. She even seemed to lack basic intelligence. Fortunately, Kazuma already had a plan. Based on years of gaming experience, he knew the first step was to visit the Adventurers Guild to gather information. What he didn't expect, though, was that registering as an adventurer required a fee. Even worse, the goddess turned out to be completely broke.
Left me here without any warning, so I didn't have a chance to grab my purse.
Yup, totally useless.
Just as the two were at a loss, Aqua suddenly stood up and claimed she would borrow money from a nearby priest in the name of the goddess of water. To her surprise, the priest worshipped her junior goddess, Eris. Even so, the priest still gave her 4 gold coins and reminded her that, no matter how devoted someone was, they should never claim to be a goddess themselves. Aqua was utterly devastated. Not only was her identity questioned, she was even pitted by a follower of her junior goddess. At least they finally had enough money to register as adventurers. Kazuma had believed he would become the savior of the entire other world. However, aside from having slightly above average intelligence and luck, all of his other stats were painfully ordinary. Aqua, on the other hand, was the complete opposite, aside from her low intelligence and luck. And so, their adventure in the other world officially began.